I'm Barry Banther, author of A Leader's Gift, How to Earn the Right to be Followed. Peter Drucker was the father of modern management. For over 5 decades, he was the legendary consultant, teacher, friend, colleague that taught us all what it means to be a great leader. He was once asked the question, who is really a great leader? And at the time, we thought he would have given an answer of some of the men that we knew that led some of the Fortune 500. But he surprised a lot of people when he said it would be Frances Hesselbein. Frances Hesselbein was a volunteer in the Girl Scouts who eventually became their CEO. The first time in 67 years that had happened. In fact, Drucker concluded she could run any major corporation in America. So over the years, Hesselbein has been free to tell us, how did she do that? And here was something that I've never forgotten about what she believed was important for a leader. She said, the first line item in your budget has to be to develop the people that you lead. In fact, she practiced that. She didn't see herself at the top of an organizational chart. Rather, she saw herself in the middle. In fact, she called it circular management, where she would get in and help develop the team and understand the team. Robert Kaplan's a professor of business at Harvard, and he recently made the comment that leaders aren't born, they're made. It's tough stuff, it's hard work. And he said one of the things leaders have to learn to do is listen. And that's what Hesselbein taught so many of us about leadership. And so there's a trap you can fall into, and it's the numbers trap, that everything begins with just the bottom line rather than the people. But as we've seen from lasting leaders and those organizations, for example, like Starbucks today, who've continued to have extended success, they make the point up front that no, people matter in this equation. And so in my search, my own personal journey to become a lasting leader, I discovered that there were basically 5 gifts, traits that a lasting leader developed in themselves and then as a result gave those away freely. The first one is the gift of openness, being open to other people, open to their ideas. In other words, it means I want to get to know you. There are other places on our website and also that you can look in leadersgift.com and you can see more information on this. In fact, more videos that go even deeper on that gift. But the very first gift a lasting leader has to develop is the gift of openness to everyone on your team. And the second gift is the gift of time. Once you're open, giving the gift of openness, then you've got to be willing to give the gift of time. Not just quality time, but real time. Time not only to get to know someone, but to invest yourself. We all have the same number of seconds and minutes and hours, and it's a choice of an investment we want to make. The third gift, after you're open and you're giving your time, is the gift of listening. When someone feels as though they've genuinely been heard, there's nothing that builds their self-confidence more, and self-confident employees become engaged employees. So I have the gift of openness, the gift of time, the gift of listening, and then when I'm doing that, it's the gift of encouragement. I want to help you grow. An encouraging word said at just the right moment can make a tremendous difference. In fact, think about your own life. Think about your work history. Think about your background as a leader. When did someone have a word of encouragement that even to this day you still remember it? You've not forgotten it. That's why this is such an important gift. So now I'm giving you the gift of openness. I'm giving you the gift of time, the gift of listening, the gift of encouragement. And so here's the final one. It's the gift of appreciation. The gift to be able to help people see in themselves the strengths that they may not see. You don't find good employees. You develop good employees. You develop competent people. And you do that by using this gift of appreciation. These are the strengths I appreciate about you. Here's what I see in you that you're able to accomplish. These 5 gifts I find in leaders everywhere, from nonprofit organizations. In our organization, we've trained leaders in the Fortune 100 to small family businesses. And those who have the qualities of a lasting leader embody these 5 gifts. I want to help you discover these gifts. If you go to leadersgift.com, you can take an assessment that will help you see where do you stand right now on these gifts. The gifts that I found after training thousands of leaders, over 400 engagements where I was the lead consultant on helping leaders get better. I found these are the 5 gifts that matter, and they'll matter to you. They'll help you become a lasting leader.